Diogenes of Sinope, often regarded as the most notable figure within the Cynic philosophy, chose to live in a large ceramic jar, not a barrel as often stated, in Athens as a form of social and philosophical statement. His decision to reside in such an unconventional abode was rooted in his beliefs about life, wealth, and society. Rejecting conventional desires for wealth, power, and fame, he believed that societal norms and possessions were not only unnecessary, but also a hindrance to happiness and virtuous living. Therefore, living in a jar symbolized his rejection of societal norms and material pursuits. The jar, with its stark simplicity, served as a tangible embodiment of his philosophical beliefs. Rejection of materialism. Diogenes lived with as few possessions as possible, rejecting the typical human pursuit of wealth and material goods, as he believed that such pursuits were unnatural and led to vice. Authenticity. He strived for a life that was in accordance with nature and sought to expose the artificiality and pretentiousness of many elements of civilized living. Living in a jar underscored his commitment to a life devoid of excess and pretense. Freedom. His living condition allowed him to live autonomously, unburdened by property and societal expectations, thereby expressing ultimate freedom from societal constraints and norms. Social and philosophical critique. Diogenes often used paradoxical and provocative behavior to challenge the values and conventions of society. By adopting a lifestyle that was diametrically opposed to the commonly accepted norms, he posed implicit critiques of the society around him. Self-sufficiency. He emphasized that happiness is found through living in harmony with nature and being self-sufficient, which to him meant relying as little as possible on external circumstances and material possessions. Diogenes aimed to demonstrate that happiness and virtue are not derived from material wealth or social status, but rather through a life that's in harmony with nature and one's own true self. His dwelling in a jar was a radical, lived expression of these ideas, and it showcased the possibility of finding contentment and satisfaction in a life that was stripped down to its most essential and basic form. His life and philosophies continue to provoke thought and discussion regarding the nature of happiness, virtue, and the good life.